Hi everybody, this is Czapnik from the Jewish Learning Exchange in Los Angeles. I hope you and yours are well. Our hearts, minds, and prayers are, of course, for the hostages, the injured, the soldiers, and all of the families and all the Jews around the world. Today is the last day of Chanukah, a very special, beautiful holiday. And our custom of lighting the menorah is that on the first night we light one, on the second night 2, 3, 4, all the way to the 8th night, besides, of course, the extra helper candle. And so much so that if there are several adults in the house, they each light their own menorah, if possible. What happens if a person's, stuck on a deserted island and only has 8 candles for Hanukkah? What should he do? Should he save them for the 8th night? And the answer is no. The minimal requirement is 1 candle per night. But that's not our custom. So why on Chanukah do we do what's called Mahadrin min ha-Mahadrin, the best of the best, the best possible way of doing the mitzvah, where we light 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's several answers and several important lessons for us. Number 1 would be that we should always try to do the best that we can. Don't try to get away with the minimal amount of what we're supposed to do. On the contrary, find out what the best way of doing something, especially when it comes to fulfillment of mitzvahs, of commandments, and realize that we want to exert ourselves. If something is important to us, we're going to try to do it the best. Maybe it's how you present the dish at the table. Maybe how you look. You want to be very presentable. Maybe it's the job you do at work. If it's something that's important to us, we try to make sure to do it well. And so too with our relationship with God, when we fulfill commandments, that we should try to do it to the best of the best. That's one answer. Another answer given is the idea of that, in fact, the Jewish people did not have to look for the oil in the story of Hanukkah, the miraculous oil that lasted for 8 days. They didn't have to look for it. Everybody was ritually unclean. They couldn't find the oil initially. They could have managed with impure oil, but they didn't. They wanted to do the best, and the Almighty rewarded them with finding a little jug of oil that wasn't contaminated, and miraculously it burned instead of for 1 day, for 8 days. So because we went out of our way, God went against nature and made the oil burn longer. And therefore, we show that we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to get away with the minimal. We're going to do the best of the best to symbolize the miracles beyond nature that God did for us. I'd like to suggest another idea based upon an article and poem that a friend of mine, Rabbi Birnbaum, and his wife wrote. And I'd like to sing it to you, actually, and talk about the lesson from it. And here it goes. If you'd like a copy, just email us and we'll gladly send you the words. The name of the poem is Flaming Souls. And the tune is to the tune of a very beautiful song called Bilvavi. 8 nights of Hanukkah we sit and watch each flame, and despite the similarities recognize not one is the same. One light struggles to shine, its flame wavering, flickering, weak, and another flame lights instantly, casting a fire strong, firm, unique. A third flame ignites right away, but remains small and shy, while a fourth one casts a long, thin glow, which reaches straight up to the sky. With every one of their differences, their flames must come together, each one part of the mitzvah that stays with us forever. So too every one of us, so pure, so bright, each one so very different, with strength to light up the night. Some of the flames struggle to shine, others stand strong and tall. One might be shy, another light, weak. But the Jewish people needs them all, every soul, every flame. But the Jewish people needs them all, every soul, every flame. As its very unique own light its spark, increasing the shine cast upon the world. Together we each make our mark, but the Jewish people needs them all, every soul, every flame. Adds its very unique own light its spark, increasing the shine cast upon the world. Together we each make our mark. So I think maybe the best of the best is when we look at the menorah and we see each and every one of us with all of our differences, maybe different levels of observance, different character flaws, and different virtues. But we're together in creating a light in the world. And each one of us has our own unique spark and our own unique purpose. And if we can appreciate not only our own spark, but other people's spark, that's really the best of the best. So in the waning moments of Chanukah and the aftermath of the beautiful light of Chanukah, we should, number one, remember that when we try to do the right thing, try to do it to the best of our ability. Realize that God went beyond nature for us and we should do the same for Him. And finally, look at the different flames of the menorah, or remember the flames of the menorah and how each one is the same but different. And each one is an important component in the unique light that the Jewish people bring to the world, and appreciate our own and others' light as well. Have a very wonderful and special Shabbos. This week's Parshat Miketz. All the best. Have a great Shabbos.